Can your spine really go out of alignment? My name's Simon from Hogan and Mitchell, and in this video I'm going to be answering that question. Check it out. Hey there, Simon here from Hogan and Mitchell. So weekly we will see people in our clinic who get told that their spine or their pelvis is, in inverted commas, out of alignment. Now, I sometimes take that with a pinch of salt. Sometimes that message or some terminology might have been lost in translation, but ultimately the bottom line is that's what the person's taken away from what's been said to them. Now, can the spine go out of alignment? There's going to be a yes to this and there's going to be a no. So keep it. Now, the yes is yes, your spine can go out of alignment if you have a spinal fracture. So basically you break a bone within your spine, and that's pretty much it. So there is almost nothing else which is going to cause your spine to move out of its structural position. Now, the spine itself is covered. If you cut someone's spine open, you kind of in a way can't almost see the bone because there's so many thick ligaments joining one bone to the next. So a ligament is a bone-to-bone connection. And it's wrapped in so many of those with so many muscles around it that it's almost impossible to actually see it opened up in surgery. Now, the pelvis is another one where people say, oh, my pelvis is out of alignment. Now, the answer is no, it's not. It's just not true. The pelvis cannot go out of alignment. Even if you've been knocked over by a car, your pelvic bone might break, but your pelvis in the soft tissue structures and in the bony structures will not go out of alignment. It cannot. So our spine is a very, very, very tough structure, and there is no chance of it going out of alignment. Now, the yes bit is obviously related to broken bones. The no bit is what I've just said. Now, I'm going to give a little bit more explanation to account for some of the things that are said to people. Now, often what you will find is stiffness within a joint, so stiffness in the spinal joint and how it moves. And generally that's what's called the facet joint. Those are the joints that sit at the back of the spine. Now, if those joints are not moving normally, a joint can feel restricted, but it's definitely not out of alignment. Now, I'm quite picky on this because imagine if I said to you, your spine's out of alignment. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, I'll be like, holy crap, my spine's out of alignment, and I'd be pretty scared to do normal things and to move freely because someone said your spine's out of alignment. Now, I'd be thinking that's a pretty bad and disastrous thing. So the terminology is really important. Imagine if I say to you, your spine's really safe, you've got nothing to worry about, I can help you get better, but there's nothing to be structurally concerned about. So terminology and how we phrase things are really important to try and reassure you that your spine is tough and it can cope with loads of stuff that you do in your life, whether it be work, hobbies, family, kids, whatever it is. Now, one of the key things that can happen is that your muscular system can increase its resting state. So that can be referred to as tone. Now, tone is the resting state of the muscle. So if let's pick an example of my forearm here. So if I have my forearm at rest, just down by my sides or not really doing anything, it's nice and loose and floppy. However, if I tense my fist, so if I clench my fist, the muscles up here will now become tense. Now, if I keep those muscles tense all the time, either at my elbow or across my wrist into my hand, I will feel after a while that there's a build-up of pressure and it will be stiff. Now, if I don't release that muscle tension, it will build up and up and up, and that can lead to pain within those joints. Now, it's easy for me to get rid of this one. I just relax, give it a bit of a shake, and it goes away, and that tension releases, and it gets some more blood into the area, and some of that pain reduces. So my arm now feels fine. Now, in your spine, what can happen is you get that build-up of muscular tension, and it holds the spinal joints stiff, not allowing normal movement. And the key thing about trying to help someone who has got pain that's developed from that type of problem is to use movement. So you can get movement through exercise, you can get movement, some people try manual therapy on you, and again, that's absolutely great, but the spine is definitely not out of alignment. And all that needs to happen is that your muscles need to relax, your spine or your joint needs to move more normally, and hey presto, if you keep exercising and keep relaxed and make sure that you don't do anything that kind of causes it to sit at a tight resting state, hey presto, problem solved. So, if you have any fear about your spine being out of alignment, I can tell you, no, it is not, unless you've had some form of fracture, and I will include something called spondylolisthesis within that for anyone who wants to be picky. But ultimately, your spine is very tough. It can cope with all sorts of things, and you are going to be safe. So, I hope you found it useful. If you have, like and comment below. Subscribe over here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.